Hello? Oh, hey, boss. I was just, uh, I was just thinking actually about a new business idea. I want you to send me back to Africa. I know I didn't sell any vacuum cleaners there last time, and I'm sorry about that. But I've improved my sales pitch since then. And this time I'm going to go deep into the interior. And I'm going to sell a vacuum cleaner to every single... Hey boss, I caught some people spying on me. I better run. Hey guys, didn't see you spying on me there. I was just talking to my boss, Mr. Who, at Who's Vacuum, and I was telling my boss I want him to send me back to Africa. Because the first time I went there, I didn't sell any vacuum cleaners, and my sales pitch wasn't great the first time I went there. Now I've improved my sales pitch a lot. Do you know what a sales pitch is? A sales pitch is what you say to make someone buy your product. All right, so if I want to sell you a vacuum cleaner, I need to make a sales pitch. That means I'm going to say something short, usually not very long, like maybe I'll talk for 1 minute or 2 minutes or something like that. And I'll talk about my vacuum cleaner. I'll talk about why you need it, why my vacuum cleaner is the best, and I'll try to pitch it to you. So the word pitch can be a verb. Okay, if it can be a noun, like a sales pitch, right? Then it's a noun. If I say I'm going to make you a sales pitch, then it's a noun. But if I say I'm going to pitch my idea to you, then it's a verb. Okay, the word pitch is actually a baseball word. When you throw the ball, that's called pitching, and the person is called the pitcher. The pitcher is always throwing the ball. So imagine I'm the salesman. I'm trying to pitch my idea or my product to you, and I hope you buy it. Right? So that's called a sales pitch. And it's usually short because nobody has hours to listen to a sales pitch. Right? You maybe have 1 or 2 minutes, and you need to give all the information and everything in that time period. Otherwise, the customer is going to get bored or lose interest, and they're not going to buy your product. So most of the time, a sales pitch is pretty short. Okay, there's a TV show that you may have heard of called Shark Tank. It's a popular TV show in the US. Here in Canada, we have something similar called Dragon's Den. Okay, so you can just go on YouTube and search for clips of Shark Tank or Dragon's Den. I'll post, I'll pin a link down there so you can see an example of a sales pitch, okay, of this show, Shark Tank, where these two people, it's a good example. Okay, so watch that link. Okay, so these two people are trying to they're making a sales pitch to some rich investors. Okay, they want the investors to give them money in exchange for part of their business. Okay, so their idea, it's kind of interesting. Their idea is to sell Band-Aids that match skin colors. Have you ever thought about that? That has never crossed my mind. So these two people, they're saying that Band-Aids, normal bandages, like if you cut your finger, you need to put a Band-Aid on your finger, right? So they're saying that Band-Aids are made for white people. And Band-Aids should be different skin tones, like to match the different skin tones. Like, I don't know, is that a good idea or is it a bad idea? I have no idea. I've never thought about that idea. But that's what these two people, husband and wife, are pitching their idea to those investors. And, they're hoping to convince the investors to give them money so that they can build up their business. Right. So, I think I watched that clip, their pitch is maybe like 2 minutes long. Okay. It's a short pitch. They just tell the investors what is the problem and how they're going to solve that problem. All right. And they show them their product and everything. It's interesting idea. What do you think? Would you buy Band-Aids that are skin color? I just have never thought about that, guys. For me, I would probably just buy the cheapest Band-Aids, whether they were green or blue or black or white or, I don't, but let me know in the comments. Do you think that's a good idea? Let me know. Do you think it's a good idea? If you cut your finger, do you want the Band-Aid to match your skin tone? There's so many things in life that I've never thought about. I've never thought of. Like, that idea has never crossed my mind. Like, when I put a Band-Aid, I haven't used Band-Aids recently. But if I were to cut my finger, I'm like, would I care about what color the Band-Aid was? I've never even thought about that, guys. So, let me know what your answer is. So that's, they're making a sales pitch. So that's a pitch. Okay. So have you ever made a sales pitch before? In life, we do this even if we're not thinking about it. Because we kind of do this unintentionally even. Something unintentional means it's something you're not trying to do. If something is intentional, that means you're doing it, you know what you're doing. If something's unintentional, it means maybe you didn't really even realize that you did it. Like, for example, if you hurt someone intentionally, or you hurt someone unintentionally. If it was unintentionally, that means you didn't mean to hurt that person. Maybe your words were just maybe you didn't choose your words very carefully and the other person got hurt, right? But if you want to intentionally hurt someone, then you choose your words and you cut them down, right? So, in life, I think we make sales pitches. Like, for example, if you want to find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you might go on a dating site and you might write a bio, they call that little thing blurb. It's a short piece of writing can be called a blurb. Okay. So, you write a little blurb about yourself. Yeah, that's kind of called your bio. And so in your bio, it's not going to be very long. It's going to be just a few sentences, and you're going to say who you are, maybe what you like, what you want, what you can offer, and like, in a lot of ways, I think the dating world is is a form of marketing. You're trying to market yourself. Right? You choose the best pictures to put on your dating profile. You choose the words. You're trying to attract maybe whatever, a partner. You're trying to attract them. So, marketing skills are, I think they can be very important, even in other areas of life where we're not talking about money or sales or anything. Like, for example, let's say you have an idea, you and your friends, let's say your friends want to go on a holiday to the beach, but you want to go to the mountains. Well, you need to convince your friends why your idea is better. You need to persuade them, right? So maybe you'll say something like, guys, you know, there's a resort up in the mountains that is half the price of the beach resort. And up there, you know, it's got all these cool things we can do out there. We can go fishing. We can do, you know, you're going to try to sell them your idea. You're going to try to pitch it to them, right? So, you know, even there, marketing can be, if you have like marketing skills, you know, or if you have the ability to do a sales pitch, you know, it can maybe help your life in areas that have nothing to do with marketing and like business and that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Let me know. Have you ever made a sales pitch? Have you ever tried to pitch your idea for anything to anybody? Let me know down in the comments. So guys, that's what a sales pitch is. Like I said, that linked video is a good example of that. Now, with my boss, I told my boss, if I go back to Africa, I'm going to go deep into the interior. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? Deep into the interior. What does interior mean? Interior means a region of a country or a continent, something that's a little bit mysterious. It's a part of, it's a region that is kind of untouched by man. Okay, it kind of has that feeling to it. Untouched by man, maybe kind of like a jungle or a desert. Okay, if I say I'm going to go deep into the interior, you should be thinking of a place that is a little bit, you know, a bit exotic. You know, maybe it has sand dunes. Those big sand hills are called sand dunes. Or maybe it has like jungles with exotic animals, you know, colorful birds and all kinds of different creatures. Okay, the word exotic just means kind of special, you know, something that's not normal. Like if we talk about kind of exotic, you know, exotic animals. Well, here in Canada, the normal animals that we have here are like deer, moose, you know, we have like horses and cows and that kind of stuff. But imagine if there's like I don't know, a hippo or a rhinoceros, right? Or a giraffe. Those are kind of exotic animals for here because they're not normal here, right? So I told my boss I'm going to go deep into the interior. Okay, somewhere kind of a mysterious place that's kind of uninhabited. Okay, like not like kind of far from a city. Okay, because most countries have big cities, but if you really want to, like if you go into the interior, those places are going to be less inhabited. You know, there might be some villages or some tribes or different things. You know, actually, I just read a few months ago, I read the story, the biography of David Livingstone. David Livingstone was an explorer in Africa. He explored some places deep into like the interior regions in Africa. Okay, so it's a really interesting biography. The word biography means the story of someone's life. And autobiography means that the person themselves wrote the story of their life. So this book I read about David Livingstone, it was not an autobiography, it was a biography. So someone took, you know, the information about his life and they wrote in their own words, they wrote the story of David Livingstone's life. So it was just a really interesting story, right? Where he's going to explore deep into these regions like Lake Tanganyika in Africa, going through the jungles and all this. It's just really interesting. So you could say he went deep into the interior part of Africa. Okay. You know, so this kind of has this feeling that it's it's untouched by man, or at least it's untouched by modern man. And man here, the word man means mankind. It doesn't mean men or males. It means men and women. Man, it's a normal English word that means mankind, men and women. Okay, there's actually I think there are some tribes in Brazil that are completely untouched by man, by modern man. Like when we say that, we mean like it would mean modern man, like people like you and me. We have cell phones. We live in maybe towns or cities, but those people in the jungle, like the Amazon rainforest, there have been people there that have just been living there for like thousands of years, untouched by man. Untouched in this situation means without any contact. There's never been any contact between like modern man and those tribes. They're still living the same way they used to live thousands of years ago, apparently. If you're from Brazil, let me know. Do you know anything about those tribes? That's just kind of cool, right? Like, imagine a people group that has never been in contact with the outside world. They've just been living in the rainforest for maybe thousands of years. They've had no contact with the outside world. Have you ever been in a place that is untouched by man? I have there's been a few situations in my life where I've been in very remote places. Remote means far away from civilization. Have you ever been in a remote place? I've been a few times in my life. I've been in really remote places that have been fairly untouched by man. Yeah, and those places are just so cool. It's so cool to go to like maybe a lake out in the woods, or like I don't know, some like jungle, or like a waterfall, or like a desert, or some place that's like far away from civilization. And it's just like, man, it's so cool. So let me know if you've ever been to a place like that. I would like to go to more places like that are just untouched by man. So guys, the word man, I was just going to mention that in a bunch of languages, I think this is a feature of many languages, that the word man can mean a man, or it can mean people. Let me know, is that the case in your language too? Can the word man in your language mean people? Like, I know in Hindi, the word for man is admi. Okay, admi. But admi can also mean people. Okay, and same in German, there's a word, in German they have a word Mann, which means man, but then there's another word Mann, which can also mean a person. Right? So like male or female. I don't know. I think it's a common feature in many languages, but let me know if that's in your language. Another example of that is in the Canadian national anthem, there is a line in the anthem. The word anthem means a country's song. Okay, so the Canadian national anthem is called O Canada. And there's a line in O Canada that says, in all thy son's command. In all thy son's command. Now, that line, sons, right? What is a son? S-O-N. S-O-N means a male child, right? But it can also mean people, right? So, if we talk about the sons of Canada, we're not talking about men from Canada. We mean like just the people of Canada. It was kind of, it's a way of talking. But Trudeau, our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, he didn't like that. He didn't like that line with son. So he wanted to change. So he changed it. He changed it to "in all of us" command. So now, if you hear the Canadian national anthem, you know, like if you listen to, if you watch a hockey game or something, you know, at the beginning of the hockey game, they sing the national anthem. Someone sings "O Canada" for hockey games here in Canada. And they sing, so you hear them, they'll sing "in all of us" command instead of "in all thy sons" command. Okay, so it's just kind of an interesting thing. He didn't like it, so he changed it. What do you think? Do you think languages should change the words? Like, you know, if we say a place is untouched by man, should we rather say it's untouched by people? What's your opinion? If you're a woman, are you offended by the word man? Let me know down in the comments. You know, I don't know. I guess a lot of people are. Like people like Justin Trudeau. They don't like the word mankind to mean the human race. So they use the word people kind. People kind. Sounds kind of weird to me. But, you know, maybe everybody has their own opinions on that. So let me know, what's your opinion on that? I'd be interested to know down in the comments. But it's a very common word in English, man. You know, if we say a place is untouched by man, like a deep into the interior. So I was telling my boss, I want to go deep into the interior, and I'm going to sell vacuum cleaners to all the people living deep into the in the interior. And because now I have a better sales pitch. I've worked on my sales pitch quite a bit. Now I think I can pitch our vacuum cleaners to the people in the interior region of Africa. Anyway, guys, I'm talking too much here, so let me know all your thoughts. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you guys are doing great. You're staying safe, healthy, and happy wherever you are. And as always, I love you so much, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.